Hey guys, I don't want to make this too long, but I'm sitting here thinking, devastated over George Floyd, and just everyone and everything in this subject and this topic in general of Black lives being taken from us without cause, for no reason, no justice, no consequence. Thinking about all of that, and it made me think of just about slavery in America and Jim Crow era and all of everything that came out of that. We often talk about what it did to Black culture, Black American culture, but we don't talk about what it did to white American culture. And I think that's an issue because there was just as much psychological damage done that I think enforces racism that a lot of white people don't even realize that they're doing. What I mean is, I think there has been, when we talk about Black American culture, we talk about generational things we're trying to get through that were caused by those times, such as paranoia or anxiety, stress, PTSD, etc., that we are carrying from our ancestors. Well, I feel like it's the same thing on the reverse. There is delusion, there is hatred, there is misunderstanding, there is propaganda. I think all those things are living through the next generations, because they have not been addressed in the same way on both sides. When things are not addressed, I think so often we are trying not to, nobody wants to think about slavery because there is shame and guilt and all these other things, especially depending on what side of it you're standing on, when you're thinking about just America and our society and color and all that stuff. But we have to talk about it because there's a lot of undoing that needs to be had. And it's not just the undoing on one side or the other. It's the undoing on both sides. And I feel like, it needs to be in, there's some people that don't even understand institutionalized racism. And that shouldn't be just like a particular class that you take to learn it. Like, you should learn all the wrongs that were done so you don't do them. It was unfair in that era to just say, we're done with slavery, everybody's free, and then no undoing of the mental damage was enforced. You can't just tell people to stop hating and they'll stop hating. You can't just tell people that they're free and they'll feel free. It doesn't work like that. Me, it's like, I feel when we see these things, it's a reminder that the damage is not undone. That some people are still sick with delusions. Some people are still sick with believing that another person is beneath them. Some people are still sick. It comes from beliefs that, it comes from the belief system that was created way before so many of us even were born. And we have to work to undo all of that. But I think first it starts with understanding that, and admitting what happened in our country and admitting the damage that is done to both sides. Whether your people were the one hating or your people were the one that was being victimized.
There's other forms of racism, but a Black man was just murdered in cold blood in the streets stateside again, while saying that he can't breathe. That's a continuous cycle going on. And although I don't live in the States, but I'm Black, that. So I say it again, you racist white people. I said what I said. And if you don't like it, go suck a dick. Seriously. It's not about career. It's not about money. Because a lot of people like to bring that up. Oh, career, money, all these things. All those things were just a part of my dream, just a part of working. That's got nothing to do with how you treat people. It's a madness. So when I say it, I mean it. And you lot can't rattle me. That's another thing. You can't rattle me. I'm not the guy to be rattled. I wasn't raised by no weak people. You understand? I ain't the guy to be rattled. So first of all, you're going to respect Black people online. First of all, you're going to respect Black people online and make sure if you come in and all my pictures or videos and you saying anything about no Black people, you saying any racist shit, That's straight up block. It's fine. It's ready. Don't need you on my page. And if you're a fan of me and you support my work and you're racist and you're arguing with what I was saying, off. You fucking kids. Yeah? So I straight up like that.
Hey guys, I wanted to call attention to something that I've noticed. And look, I'm going to be very honest. You don't know what you don't know, right? So if I don't see something, then I'm going to be left with assumptions. As we know, there are a lot of brands, specifically brands, and yeah, I'm pronouncing that right today because this is a very serious topic, but there are a lot of brands who love capitalizing on Black culture, Black music, Black aesthetic, but are dead silent when it comes to talking about Black issues and Black struggles in our community. So just as much as y'all love hanging out with Ty Dolla $ign and Sweetie and Black Chynas, can y'all at least say something when Black people are being brutally murdered by cops? Donate to the families affected by this stuff. Revolve, Pretty Little Thing, Fashion Nova. Like, the memes that you guys are posting on your pages, it's not going to cut it. Like, do more. Don't just be present when it's time to be lit on the gram. I want to make one thing very clear. The reason why I'm calling attention to these brands particularly is because, as I've said, I do notice a particular aesthetic that they like, a particular vibe that they push on their socials. And I know that like Black people dying isn't aesthetically pleasing for the feed. I understand that. But I do feel like it's the least that you can do. You can't just pick and choose the parts of like our culture and not embrace all of it. And unfortunately right now, this is a big, huge, it's hard to ignore. I mean, there hasn't been a single Instagram battle that I've attended that I haven't seen Fashion Nova in. Pretty Little Thing tends to be pretty present in those too. We see you guys commenting. So how come when the even bigger elephant in the room is present, it's crickets? Guys, I understand sometimes philanthropy does not have to be announced, but right now, more than ever, considering how much influence these brands specifically have, it's very important that you say and do something. Like, it's the least you can do. Okay? Thank you. After you've done your part and at least donated to the families and raised awareness, tomorrow you can go back to posting your tanned girls who blackfish on your feeds. But right now, let's talk about more important stuff.
I wanted to share my voice so you understand where I'm coming from. And maybe you don't, but I just wanted to get this off of my chest. People are dying. People are dying, and we're all handling it differently. Power-hungry policemen should absolutely be reprimanded, should absolutely be punished for their behavior, for how they're handling us, for taking our brothers, our sisters, our fathers, our mothers. I was speaking to is de-escalating situations. You know, is there another way to handle those situations? Now, there are many situations where somebody is completely innocent, speaking appropriately, you know, yes sir, no sirs, hand behind the back, you know what I mean? Like, I went to all boys military school. I went to the Young Marines, you know, so there is a way to speak to you know, men in power, you know, women in power. You know, there is a way to do that. That maybe me reacting like this right now won't end the way that I think it will. You know? Maybe my name doesn't have to be on this list right now. You know, and obviously there's situations where we're not in control at all, you know, and we're counting on the police to have a heart and to be, you know, an evolved person, to have, you know, respect for life. You know, that's where my mind, that's where my heart, that's where my tweets were coming from this morning. And I apologize to anybody I offended in the Black community. That was not my intention. I'm not trying to disappoint anybody, but I am trying to think of solutions.
Take your knee and privilege off my neck. It's time for this entitlement and injustice to get checked. A reality TV star. Nobody wants a war. All hands on deck. Take your knee off my neck. See, nothing was perfect, but we have been a nation at peace. Look at all the hate this administration has unleashed. 200,000 deaths worldwide. We could have been warned, but he lied and lied. All hands on deck. Take your knee off my neck. Everybody knows what goes around comes around. How would you feel if someone you loved was taken down? America, Rosa did sit on that bus. Please don't let them divide us. All hands on deck. All hands on deck. All hands on deck. Get your knee off my neck. They are protesting all over the world. In fact, how do you expect us to react? Coming together at the table should be next. Everyone has to get on deck. But in the meantime, keep your nasty